Welcome, Cyclone Fanatics, to another Mr. B's Thursday here at CycloneFanatic.com. Tim Sitzman, I'm Chris Williams, and the 80-degree weather is on its way.
Are you a golfer?
Yeah, well, here's the deal. True story. I was a huge golfer my whole life.
Yeah.
Last year I went to the U.S. Open out in New York.
Yeah.
Came back, and I'm all in golf mode.
All fired up.
Playing the best golf of my life.
Yeah.
Went out one day, shanked everything. You know what I did?
That's why I quit, Chris.
You know what I did the next day? Shanked everything.
Yeah.
So I retired. Last July, I retired from golf. Friends and Jason, the owner of this website, is trying to get me to
he's a good
come
golfer.
out of retirement.
Yeah.
But at this point, you know what? It's just, I want to spend more time with my family.
Yeah.
No, I'm just giving the whole excuse
All the
of
excuses.
why guys normally retire. It's not about the money for me.
You know, Jason and I golfed together a few times in the past, and I've kind of slowed down my golf. Takes a lot of time, but I like it socially. I like to get in the cart with a friend and just kind of go hacking around. But it's what I'm getting at. It's a great day to golf.
I know.
Beautiful golfing weather, and we got some things to talk about the Clones, don't we?
We sure do, and we have a fun topic today.
Yeah.
Usually Tim and I, we rehash like the week's events and whatnot. Today we're going to go general, and we want your opinion as well, Fanatics.
Right.
Who's your favorite Cyclone of all time? Could be any sport. Who's your favorite? Tim, I'm going to let you go first.
Well, a couple of things stand out in my mind is Seneca Wallace in football. The comeback that he had at Iowa City a few years back when they beat Iowa on their home field.
Legendary.
It really is a conversation for a long time to come. Having really a very, very nice career in the NFL. We were just talking off camera a minute ago that he got traded this year to the Browns and has an opportunity to start. Really a fun individual on the field. Really fun to watch. A lot of athleticism. He would be mine in football. What about yours?
In football, I would probably have to go with my roommate, and he's the best man at my wedding coming up in May, Adam Carper. He only got to play a couple of years.
Yeah.
So, but now we're going to have to take the bias away.
Right.
Say somebody who I haven't lived with before.
Right.
I would probably say Ellis Hobbs because
he's had a great career too.
Ellis Hobbs, he was really the it guy when I got to college. Iowa State was down a little bit at that point in time, but you still went to games to see who Ellis Hobbs was going to lay out that day, and he was just a very exciting football player.
Really great hitter. The Davis brothers that came into Ames, Iowa, and had great careers as running backs come to my mind. But Seneca sticks out. When I go to basketball, I think of Jeff Hornacek and the career he had under the circumstances, coming in as a guard. I think he was even a walk-on. I don't even remember.
Oh, really?
I think he may have been.
That's back before my time.
I think he was a walk-on with Johnny. And he ended up going to Phoenix and Utah and having a great career. What a terrific shooter he was, and a clutch free throw shooter down the stretch. I think, had a couple of I might call some conversation out there, but I think we won a Big 12 and maybe a Big 12 tournament with him. So, terrific basketball player.
Total class act too.
Really a good individual too, and remarkable clone.
Good, represents Iowa State well.
Really, really well, and it was fun to watch.
Basketball for me, I'd have to go. This is no secret. I talk about it all the time. Jared Holman.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's a farm kid. He's gritty. He was even borderline dirty for Iowa State. He put an elbow in your face, and that's something that Iowa State, since he left, Iowa State has not had a guy like that.
Yeah.
They've had, Craig Brackens was a fine player in the post, but he wasn't Jared Holman when it came to that fear. He had a fear factor.
Yes, he did.
When Jared Holman was on the floor, you didn't want to go into that lane when he was there.
The nice thing about Jared, and you bring up a very good point, Chris, but what I saw in Jared when he came in as a freshman and how he developed and how his confidence built and the kind of basketball player he became, obviously came in with a lot of talent, a young talent, out of a small town, Remsen, Iowa. When I played basketball back in the day, this was a long time ago, and Jason is from up that. His dad played against against our old school.
Oh, really?
We had a little rivalry. It was
small world.
It was Galen Catholic against Remsen St. Mary's Catholic, and so Jared came from that neighborhood, and so the rivalry was always there, and it was always a good little basketball conference. But he came in with a small school, but not big, but a big school attitude. I mean, he was really there to play, and I commend you. I think that's a good pick. I would have to say overall that that's kind of the guts and savvy of Cyclone basketball, Jared Holman.
Exactly. It's what Cyclone basketball should be all about. And, man, I got to interview him just a couple months ago and put it up on the website. That was a really cool treat. Honorable mention for me, I want to throw this one out there, is Lindsay Metters, a former Cyclone women's basketball player. Now Lindsay Finley. She actually married Bill Finley's son,
right?
Billy Finley. She, to me, I didn't have much interest in women's basketball, and when I got to college, Lindsay and I were in the same class, and she showed me how exciting the women's game could actually be. I remember a double overtime win over Iowa that they had during my freshman year, and I was hooked from there on.
Yeah. You know, Erica Juneau stands out for me. I'm an Ankeny boy, and I remember a couple of the Wieben girl that went up there. Nikki Wieben, yes. You know, some connections with Ankeny, and you know, Ankeny's had a history of some pretty good women's basketball.
Yeah.
Remember the 4 years in a row they won the state with Nikki Wieben being a freshman on through, and
they were dominant.
Won it 4 years in a row. So they brought some interest to girls basketball for me, and Coach Finley, and seeing the quality that he puts out on the floor and the kind of girls that he puts out on the floor. And they were part of that. I wouldn't say they would have been the best players on those teams, but they stand out for me for a reason that Cologne basketball, women's Cologne basketball, was important for me to watch and stay connected to.
Oh, definitely. Well, Tim, if anybody's going golfing, you guys got plenty of polos here. You got plenty of spring wear. It's springtime here.
You know, it's fun. It's time for you guys out there and gals to, you know, take a look in your closet, see what you need, and get rid of some of those old things. I mean, we keep stuff that we should get rid of. I mean, it's time to go on, freshen up. Spring's a good time to freshen up, and we're fresh in here. We got our lights are on. They're bright. We changed a few light bulbs, Chris.
It is brighter.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I'm prejudiced, but it looks great. We have a lot of wonderful things. We're on 19, I don't even know my address.
1995.
Northwest 86th Street. You know, I invite all you guys and gals to come in. Lori's over in our women's department. She's fabulous. She knows how to fit women. She knows how to understand what you like and dislike. And we got a great staff in the men's department. Mike, Mac, and John, and myself. I'm Tim. Love to invite you in. Let's freshen up that wardrobe.
This is the place if you need a suit, anything like that. You guys, your motto is dress for success.
Absolutely. And don't get irritated with the golf game. Go out there and enjoy today and swing the club.
I'm still not coming out of retirement. This is going to have to take some real arm twisting.
I may play a couple times this summer, but if I played Jason, it'd cost me too much. He's too good.
I need to get Jason to give me a lesson or two. That's what I'm looking for. Tim, thanks for your time today.
Enjoyed it, and you know, Seneca Wallace, have a good year. You're still my man.
Still the guy right there. I actually saw my old Seneca Wallace jersey.
Good.
I still have that hanging up in my closets. Tim, thanks a lot.
You bet.
And we will be back here next Thursday with Tim Sitzman here at Mr. B's 1995 Northwest 86th Street in Clive.